So we all know The Last of Us Part 2 is one of the best at immersion and detail, but it's also very controversial and split the gaming community like no other game. But either way, it's hard to imagine GTA 6 is going to survive without taking features from The Last of Us 2. Now the first thing on this list is going to be insanely controversial. Many of you won't like it, but it's probably going to happen. Killing NPCs should feel harder. It's not that killing NPCs is impossible in The Last of Us. You can throw an NPC to a clicker if that's what you want to do. But the point is how the NPCs look and act in The Last of Us 2. They grieve for their dogs and friends. They call each other by names. Andrew, Emma, Matthew. Which actually makes you feel guilty about killing them. They even talk to each other during fights, repositioned to get different angles based on what you do, and they have a range of reactions. For example, they beg you not to kill them. They feel like real people, rather than just background noise like in GTA 5. And that matters because it makes killing more impactful. If I just wanted to shoot a bunch of dudes, I could launch up some multiplayer. But in The Last of Us, you actually feel bad killing people, because they're made their NPC so believable. Now the next feature I really want to see is the level of gore and violence from The Last of Us 2. Look, I know this sounds simple, but hear me out. The gore in The Last of Us 2 isn't just about being edgy or violent for the sake of it. It makes the game feel more realistic and believable. The gore is used to make storytelling hit harder. When you shoot someone in The Last of Us, you see the actual impact. Bodies react realistically. It's brutal, but the brutality makes you think twice about your actions. It adds weight to combat in a way GTA 5 never did. But I'm really skeptical about this being in the game, because it's set in a realistic simulation of present-day Florida, which makes it really sketchy when it comes to ESRB ratings. Plus it kind of goes against their plans with GTA 6 Online. But I will probably do another fully dedicated video on gore in GTA 6 and explain more why it might be so problematic. But yeah, it's one of the features I would really like to see in GTA 6, and I'm sure I'm not alone. This next one though, this is actually insane. There is literally an advanced heart rate mechanic in The Last of Us 2 that creates realistic character movements, reactions, facial animations, tone of speech. It was too close. And heavy breathing dependent on the heart rate of the character. And that heart rate changes based on if the character is in danger, angry, happy, afraid, injured, after sprinting, or in stealth. Think about how cool that would be in GTA 6. Imagine playing as Lucia and she's scared of something specific, maybe like rats or spiders, and she would react to it differently every time, compared to playing as Jason. In The Last of Us 2, Abby has vertigo, which is a fear of heights. Every time she's near some high ground, she's shaking and looks scared. Your vision is more blurred and she's breathing heavily. That's the kind of detail that makes you really feel the game. Now combine that heart rate system with The Last of Us 2 incredible sound design. These systems work together to support the story even outside of cutscenes. And that attention to detail extends to everything in the game. For example, cable and rope physics that are probably the best in any game right now. Extremely realistic flashlight shadows, wall fragments breaking off when you shoot at walls, detailed movement trails in dusty interiors, sand and snow, snowfalls of trees when you touch them, and even the clocks in the game show the actual time of day. These aren't just cool features, they beat even Red Dead 2 in some areas, like walking on thin ice actually breaks it in The Last of Us 2. And if GTA 6 wants to be the most immersive open world ever made, this level of detail is necessary. Alright, now let's talk about movement, because this is a game changer. The Last of Us 2 has a dynamic cover system, and it's really good. You know how in GTA and Red Dead 2 you have to press a button every time you want to take cover and you literally get stuck on the object unless you move backwards or press the button again? In The Last of Us 2 there's no dedicated button for this. When you are really close to a wall or cover, the character reacts accordingly and it feels really natural and smooth. Plus you will have one more free button for something else, which is really huge for a game like GTA. And then there's the prone mechanic. Being able to go prone in The Last of Us completely changes how you approach combat and stealth. You can stay low to avoid detection and hide under cars, beds and so on. Some time ago leaks said it was scrapped for GTA 6, so we will see, but I really hope they reconsider, because it adds so much to stealth gameplay in single player. The overall movement in The Last of Us 2 is just insanely fluid. Characters navigate tight areas smoothly, climb through windows realistically, and it all feels natural. No more awkwardly bumping into door frames or getting stuck on random objects. The motion matching technology they use makes every animation blend seamlessly into the next one, and that's something GTA 6 really needs. Now let's talk about combat and AI reactions, because this is where The Last of Us 2 really shows off. The combat in this game is very good. You can dynamically dodge attacks, enemies can hear when you have no ammo left during a fight and they tell others. If they see you have an empty mag, they try to fight you strike back even if you have a pistol next to their head. And it's not scripted, it's dynamic. For example, they react when you shine a flashlight in their face. They turn away or cover their eyes with their hands. It's little stuff like this that makes it feel so immersive. And here's something we will probably see in GTA 6 based on the leaks. Companion NPCs. Since we will have 2 playable characters and we will be able to switch between them, having a companion like in The Last of Us 2 will be amazing. The companion in that game acts realistically and spices up gameplay with funny or emotional comments. Based on the leaks, it seems like we will be able to do the same thing in GTA 6. For example, playing as Jason and giving Lucia orders during a robbery. Hopefully they also make it so you can have reactive conversations. This makes gameplay feel even more immersive, because you get drawn into their engaging or funny conversations, so when something dangerous happens in combat, it feels much more tense and unexpected. The stealth system also needs to be more like The Last of Us 2. In that game, stealth is an actual tense game of cat and mouse. You hide in tall grass and enemies genuinely can't see you until they are on top of you. The AI has multiple phases like calm, suspicious, searching, and full alarm. It's not just binary like GTA 5 where they either see you or they don't. These are the features from The Last of Us 2 that will absolutely elevate gameplay of GTA 6. NPCs that actually feel human, gore and violence that adds weight to every action, the heart rate system and attention to detail, smooth movement and cover, and combat AI that actually feels intelligent. The Last of Us 2 proved you can make a game feel this immersive, and GTA 6 has the budget and talent to take it even further. Let me know in the comments which feature you want to see the most in GTA 6. If you enjoyed the video, a like, subscribe or comment will be super appreciated. And that's it, take care boys.